Hello and welcome to the Hot Dog and a Handshake Pro Wrestling Show. I am your host, Jayden Ginswider. Joining me is my co-host, former DDT Ironman Heavy Metalweight Champion Shane Price. Shane, how you doing this week?
I just got off of work, so I'm on.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Sounds good. For this week's collar and elbow question, I'm going to ask you, Shane, who is the October Performer of the Month?
So it came down to two people. It came down to Kinosuke Takeshita. Won the IWGP Heavyweight title. Big deal, obviously.
Yep.
Had a big time tag match against Brodito
Mm-hmm.
and multiple times. But outside of that, didn't really do much. But my other person was the same way,
Mm-hmm.
where they didn't really do much either. But the fact that going undefeated in the month to me kind of makes it a bigger deal to me. So I'm gonna go with Siri
Okay.
for a
Also,
un,
had a big match in New Japan as well, right?
yes, where she won the IWGP Women's title,
Yep.
but undefeated return, beat Siri not once but twice.
That's huge. That's huge. For me, this is the third time this year that I've picked this man, but there's nobody I could pick over Hangman Adam Page. I feel like there is this feeling I get every week watching his segments and his matches on AEW that it feels like it feels like we're so back. You know what I mean? Like it feels like the AEW that I watched in high school, and like it just I know it's crazy to have like nostalgia for a company that's been around for like 6 years, almost 7 years, but they've gone through so many changes and so many evolutions that just Hangman, the way he's been working this week, the promos, everything about it, just seeing him with that big belt um, has been so perfect and just so why I fell in love with AEW. Like it just has really re-engaged me with AEW even further than I already was because it's what originally made me love this company. So I think I got to go to Hangman Adam Page.
That's understandable though. Like
Yeah. Speaking of AEW, getting right into the news, earlier today, we are recording this Wednesday night, just a bit after Dynamite ended. Earlier today, Tony Khan announced the AEW national title. This title will reportedly, according to Khan himself, will be defended in AEW, ROH, CMLL, New Japan, and on the Indies. So I imagine probably places like Rev Pro, Defy, maybe MLW, um, places like that.
at least like
What do you think? What do you think
four
about that?
collective shows.
Yeah,
It just feels like a replacement for a title they already had, which is
exactly. That's
fine.
listen. Like this brings up one of the main problems Tony Khan has with AEW, and it's a good problem to have. His roster's too damn good, so he just feels like he has to keep introducing titles to honor the quality of his roster. And this all could have been avoided if he would have just kept the international title around. And he could have just used the international title more like this, which it kind of we saw initially with Pac and Orange Cassidy. I know they both defended the title in Britain. I know MJF defended the title in Mexico. Um, like all over the place. You can use the international title that way. It makes the decision to unify that interesting. But I guess they were trying to feels like they're trying to make the unified title sort of a secondary world title at the time, but since then it really hasn't felt like it's been used like that. Um, so I don't know. It's an interesting decision. Um,
I hate
I'm
saying it, but it feels like the unified title is kind of just like a prop for Okada, make him look
yeah,
badass as entrances, which is fair.
yeah, yeah. Um, I feel like in the coming months, as the C2 gets going, and it'll really revive some prestige to that belt. And also a big time title change could revive some prestige to that belt. So we'll see where it goes. But ultimately, I think I'm pro introducing this national title. It's I'm usually more for more belts in wrestling. It just makes it more fun. I don't care. I've never complained about too many belts in WWE or AEW or New Japan. All these places at times have had so many. I mean, fucking. If you want to talk about too many belts, look at CMLL. Like everywhere, that's the oldest company in the world. Like they've been going for
Yeah, but
90 years and they have too many
their
belts.
belts don't really matter in the long
I know,
run,
but
whereas in
you know
America,
what I'm
most of them
saying.
do.
Yeah. So I'm always pro more belts and more tournaments and stuff like that. It just makes wrestling more fun. Um, I it just kind of a confusing timing of the move when you had the international title. You could have just kept it separate. Um, but that the national title at Full Gear, we will get a casino gauntlet to determine who will get that title. Shane, who is a surprise you would like to see? Maybe somebody returning from injury, maybe somebody from another company, somebody who's a free agent right now. What's a surprise you'd like to see in that casino gauntlet?
I think that given that Full Gear is happening in between tours, perfect time to have it, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, I think it's the perfect time to bring in Yuto Ice.
Dude,
He'd be over immediately.
that would be
License
so
like make him license like make him say at Master P and he's over.
dude, that would be so fucking sick if they brought in Udo Ice. I love how Udo Ice was a young lion, pretty much a no name when Tanahashi's retirement tour started. And now, just recently, he got a match with Tanahashi on that retirement tour because he got so over.
I mean, he was already a pretty solid like wrestler with
Yeah,
in his excursion. Like he was
but like
known, but
Tanahashi
coming
has only so many matches. You know what I mean? Like that'd be like if the senior retirement tour was booked better and he was wrestling more. If somebody that was in like Evolve in April or something was wrestling John Cena this week,
Cappuccino
it
Jones
would go
should
nuts. Yeah, he should
in
be in that tournament.
in a perfect world, Cappuccino Jones would be in in the Cena retirement tour.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the senior retirement tour, it was announced on Saturday night's main event that the Last Time Is Now tournament will happen. It'll be featuring 16 wrestlers. It is believed to be 4 from Raw, 4 from SmackDown, 4 from NXT, 4 from outside the company. Now, this has some morons online thinking that Edge will be in the tournament. Really, it's going to be like Joe Hendry and Vikingo. Um, maybe if Triple H is cool, Marufuji will be in it. Um, but it'll be something like that. Maybe some other semi-retired WWE legend will come back and be in it. I don't know who that would be. Perhaps like Bull Buchanan.
Dude, former voodoo
Um,
murderer. Let's go.
yeah, I don't know who else we might cross paths with. That God, it'd be awesome if Wade Barrett came in out of commentary, and Wade Barrett was in the tournament. Who do you think? Give me your top 3 choices to win this tournament. The top 3 you'd like to see win. You can rank them if you
Gunther,
want. Just go through. Okay, Gunther. He's on my list.
um, Randy would be fun. Obviously, it'd be nice, a nice true final. Because their one April kind of sucked, but it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Gunther, Randy, and then there's one more. I guess if you were to take any time to introduce a new star, I guess this would be the time and this would be the place. So I guess Javon Evans could, I guess. Obafemi could.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be somebody in the WWE like sphere, like not
Yeah.
AAA, not the
Yeah.
TNA.
Absolutely. Actually, speaking of TNA, I feel like Jeff Hardy maybe would be a fun one to throw in the tournament, or
Yeah,
Nick Nemeth. Nick Nemeth. would be a good one from the tournament. But my 3 picks, I said Gunther as well. Carmelo Hayes, part of that making a new star, but also the Boston connection. I know the final match is in DC, but the 2 guys from Boston passing that torch.
I mean, when's his last Boston date?
It's coming up. It's a Raw either this month or like early next month, right before the Saturday night's main event.
See, that's what I would
With
have.
Melo,
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be a good. That'd be a good shout too. And then third, I'm trying to think if there's anybody else because, like, yeah, not all the matches were great, but we got to see him with Orton one last time. We got to see him with Punk one last time. We got to see Styles. Um, I'm trying to think of who. Yeah, dude, I wish Owens wasn't hurt. Owens would definitely be my top 3 if he wasn't hurt. Um,
The Miz is like a joke.
yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's tough because he's kind of in the same vein as Tanahashi. He's kind of one of the last guys left of his era, and he's already wrestled like the other couple guys left. Maybe Sammy. I know he's had a little bit of history with Sammy in the past. Or you know what? These would be my 3, right? If you're going for completely making a new star, Mello, right? Like completely. I mean, he's already known, but just shoot him in the stratosphere. Mello. If you're looking to legitimize a future guy even further than he's already been legitimized, I think Gunther. If you're going for biggest match possible, I think Roman Reigns. I think those are the 3 avenues to take it. There's history with Roman, going all the way back to Cena was one of the guys attacked in the original Shield debut. Like Cena's been part of Roman's WWE career as long as anybody. Um, so I think Roman would be a good pick as well to win the tournament. But it's gonna be exciting. I love tournaments, so I'm excited to see how this goes.
You do love a good
And
tournament.
and uh, let's see. Next on the WWE outside the ring news here, Seth Rollins says he's out 6 months due to his injury. So I would say we're probably looking at like Raw after Mania kind of return, maybe a little further into May. If everything goes well. So shout out to Seth. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery. Hoping he can come back and wrestle again. But it seems like he's probably going to have to miss WrestleMania.
That does
He's
suck.
cutting it close. Yeah.
It kind of raises questions on what they're going to do with the Vision.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Tag team run, something. I imagine Braun will have something big at Mania, mid card wise at least. And if it's not a tag run, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. In other news, Doki and Show of the House of Torture win the Super Junior Tag League. They are the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a champion winning. That doesn't happen a lot in New Japan. I think if you're going to see it, this is the tournament where you're probably most likely to see it. With that being said, though, we have our World Tag League 2025 blocks. I'm going to read out the names. Shane, you will get the first pick. I will pick from the block you don't choose. If you guys are new here, we each pick a team that is our team for the tournament. We watch all their matches because we don't do this full time. We both work, so it'd be impossible for us to watch probably even half of the matches and also watch the other wrestling stuff we have to do and also just continue with our lives. So we each pick one. From the A block, we have Bishamon, Haruki Goto, and Yoshihashi. We have Taichi and Satoshi Kojima. We have Toru Yano and Bolton Oleg. El Desperado and Shuji Ishikawa. Yoda Suji and Gabe Kidd. Shingo Takagi and Drilla Maloney. House of Torture's Evil and Don Fale. House of Torture's Yujiro Takahashi and Chase Owens. That is your A block. In the B block, we have the ace Hiroshi Tanahashi teaming with El Fantasmo, a apprentice of his. Shota Umino and Yuya Uemura, one of the hottest tag teams in New Japan today. David Finlay and Hiromu Takahashi. And then we have the Knockout Brothers, Yudo Ice and Oscar. We have Zack Sabre Jr. and Ryohei Oiwa of Team DK. From the United Empire, we have Great Khan and Callum Newman. From the House of Torture, we have Rin Narita and Sonata. And we have the return to New Japan of Monster Sauce, Lance Archer and Alex Zane. The tournament begins November 20th and will conclude on December 14th. Shane, you have your first pick. Who do you want?
Well, if it was Evil and Dick Togo, I'd probably pick Evil and Dick Togo. Not even joking. That being said, I think the B block is where my heart lies. A lot of good picks there. I know who you're going with. I'm not going to steal them from you, asshole. But I'm going to go with the Knockout Brothers.
Knockout Brothers. Okay. Actually, I don't think you know where I was going because I was going to go Umino and Uemura.
Wow, really? What?
But
Well, now I know where you're going.
with that, now you probably know where I'm going. I'm going, give me the Dragon and the Drilla, Shingo, Drilla Maloney. That is my team for this. We're going all the way.
I would have assumed that was your number one pick one.
Uemura and Umino have been hot recently. They've been exciting. They're kind of new. That's where I would have wanted to go. But I'm not complaining about getting my boy Drilla and getting Shingo in here. So I'm very excited for that. In other New Japan news, Konosuke Takeshita, Yota Tsuji, title versus title official for Wrestle Kingdom 20. What do you think of this booking, Shane?
I think it's finally time to give Yuta the big one.
You think they're going to have Yota Tsuji take the belt?
I think it's time. I think this is the right time.
All right. I think that's exciting. This takes Yota Tsuji off the board for Tanahashi's last opponent. But I think you and I were assuming we were going to get Tsuji and either Finlay or Gabe Kidd at Wrestle Kingdom. So that does open both of them up to potentially be Tanahashi's last opponent. Where are you leaning now? What are we thinking for the last ace?
I think the fact that they haven't announced it yet and the way that Tanahashi's talking about it, I think they're seriously trying to get Nakamura still. I don't know if it's going to work. They're running out of time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's
probably. I think they need it announced by the end of Tag League, right? By like December 14th. That kind of give them a few weeks to.
yeah, that's going to be the hard cutoff.
Yeah. So if they can't get Nakamura by then, where do you go? Do you go Umino? Do you go Uemura? Do you go Zach?
Might have to be Umino. He's
Umino?
Tanahashi believes in Umino.
Gabe Kidd, maybe? Eh.
I could see Gabe Kidd.
He had that big match with Kenny this past Wrestle Kingdom. Going from Kenny to Tanahashi in back-to-back Wrestle Kingdoms, that's a big setup. That's like wrestling Cena and Orton at back-to-back Manias. Like, that's a big deal. So, yeah. Or I guess maybe like Cena and Roman would be a better comparison. But, yeah. I'm excited to see. I think that's probably the most interesting outside of Yudo Ice. That's probably the most interesting thing happening in New Japan right now is the search for Tanahashi's last opponent. But I'm really excited for the Tag League as well. The last thing I want to talk about here in the news, was there a fixed UFC fight this week?
So I have a guy with
sort of related to wrestling, but
it's related enough.
Yep.
I have a guy who knows a lot of people in MMA. And he texted me about this. Not
and Joe Rogan.
Yes, my closest friend Joe Rogan. We do DMT together all the time. He told me to expect an investigation a la the NBA one, but which is a drop in the bucket compared to the NBA one. UFC has flagged over 100 fights in just this year with potential match fixing.
I didn't know they had 100 fights this year. That's crazy.
Per my friends, they have flagged up to 100. accordingly up to 60 UFC former and current and former UFC fighters who potentially bet on themselves to lose, most of them from one gym.
Oh, okay.
I am not going to say which gym, but
Hmm.
I have been told who it might be, and he has a history of suspensions for working with offshore sports books, and that the UFC has met with the FBI about suspicious findings, suspicious betting for
Yes.
their fights. So I would say most definitely or not, there has been at least one fixed fight in the UFC this year.
Yeah. So this is what I've been seeing. Of course, as I mentioned several times on the podcast, I get most of my wrestling news from Fightful. They also report on the UFC, so I have been seeing some news about this from Jeremy Lambert of Fightful. 2 days ago, he reports in the afternoon that UFC issued a statement on irregular betting patterns in the Isaac Dolgarian versus uh, Yadir Del Valle. I don't know Valley. I don't know how you say that, but in that fight, um, Valle, I guess. Anyway, that sounds important. They flagged that fight. Isaac, um, and then later in that day, 2 days ago, that this would have been Monday, the Nevada State Athletic Commission is withholding the fight purse of Isaac Dolgarian, again, according to Jeremy Lambert. And then yesterday, Lambert reports on a quote from Dana White saying that he called the FBI immediately after the Dolgarian fight. So Dana White is reportedly helping with the investigations, and he's even calling in and saying, "Hey, these guys might have fixed this fight."
I also will say that Dana White cut Bulgarian too yesterday.
Did he? Okay, I didn't
Yes,
see that.
so
Yeah,
it's
it's
and
pretty bad.
he's with Factory X, which is not the gym. Oh wait, no, it is. No, it's not the gym. I don't think it is. That was talked about,
Okay,
but it's not looking good for UFC if because their whole thing has been like,
legitimacy.
yeah.
That's their
But I
whole
will, but I will say the guy who the guy who my friend told me about,
mm-hmm.
at least I'm in Missouri.
Of course, dirty, dirty Missourian.
KC, Missouri zone.
Yep. God, of course, it's the Missouri side though.
Of course it is, dude. Come on.
So yeah, that's crazy. We'll see how this affects TKO with all the other shit that's affecting TKO.
The stock's already down this past month, so
Yeah. Well, yeah. Finally, quick hits. Wrestling fan Zoran Mamdani elected mayor of New York City. Thoughts, Shane?
disregarding everything else about him, I think the fact that he's a CM Punk fan really won him this race.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If Cuomo came out as like a Hulk Hogan fan, he would take his polls. So
I just kind of assumed Cuomo was a Hulk Hogan fan. I thought that was information we already knew.
probably is.
Um, which wrestler do you think would make the best mayor?
Okay, disregarding wrestlers that are politicians, so we're going to disregard like obviously Kane. He's a terrible mayor.
Jesse Ventura. Disregard him.
Ventura was a fairly good governor, so I guess I would say him on default, but that's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hangman, I'm gonna say like the top five here. Hangman Adam Page would be a great mayor.
Yes.
Um, John Cena, I think he's the locker room leader for how no, God knows how long, and hell, it's a small village and they're back there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like Christopher Daniels.
Yeah, that's
I think we see him as like the elder statesman too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, after that though,
Can I throw you one here?
yeah, go ahead.
What about Jeff Jarrett?
I like that because he's charismatic against Jeff Jarrett, obviously.
Yeah,
But seeing as Jeff Jarrett has crashed and burned multiple companies, I don't know.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
But he was like an alcoholic during those, so I'll give him that too. And he would get the Taylor Swift endorsement, so
That's true.
that too.
That would be big. That would be big. Any other picks, or do you want me to go with mine?
Let's go first.
Okay, so I have two picks, and I wrote down kind of some key words about like why I think they'd be good. So I did have the first of the two is Hangman Page. Politics, I agree with his politics. I like his demeanor. I like his passion, and I like his leadership. And then I wrote Tomohiro Ishii, and I just wrote vibes.
I mean, look at Japanese politics, and I'm just gonna read you a list of some people.
I found it like Kushida is recently became like an ambassador of his hometown in Japan.
I'm gonna give you 7 wrestlers. No, this is. I'm gonna give you 7. Well, I'm gonna give you 3 wrestlers. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
3. Antonio Inoki,
Of course.
Hiroshi Hase,
Okay.
the Great Sasuke.
Awesome.
All of them became politicians in Japan.
Did the great Sasuke run with the like face paint in the mask and everything?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He ran with the mask. Um, oh, and Onita was a politician too, and his reason why he stopped being a politician is so fucking funny.
Why did he stop being a politician?
He made a porno with government funds.
Of course he did. Fucking, you gave a deathmatch guy government funds. What did you expect?
I love FMW so much.
Yeah, he was an FMW guy too, so it was probably like a Freddy Krueger porno.
He was the FMW guy. Like that was all his sick, fucked up brain.
Yeah. All right, you want to get onto some predictions here?
Yes. So,
How
anyways,
many?
what are we doing?
We're doing the C2.
Oh, that's right, Sitsu.
I will update. Last week, the files got corrupted. We couldn't get the episode out, but we did predict the tournament um, for the women's tag titles in AEW. So far, I am 0 for 2, 0 points, and my champions were eliminated: Queen Aminata and Jaden Hader. So,
Great start.
yeah. You have 1 point. You picked the Sisters of Sin correctly, and your max is 8. My max is only 4 points. So you've probably got
So,
this in the bag.
hopefully.
And the way we do it, it's 1 point for a first round win, 2 points for the second round, 3 points if you get the champion right. So next, what we are doing is the Continental Classic. Like we said earlier, it's kind of around the corner. Should be starting late this month, early next month. So we are going to predict who will be in it. Obviously, Kazuchika Okada will probably be in it as he's currently the champion. I guess if you want to predict that he loses the title by then, you can. I'm going to keep him in there for mine. And you know, we'll both keep Okada. We're not going to change Okada. We're going to both keep Okada.
Okay.
You get 1 point for everybody you get right. We will separate them into leagues. You don't have to get them in the right league. They just have to be in the tournament. And you get 1 spot that goes to someone outside of AEW, and you get 2 points if you get that one right, so that your total max score is 12. That make sense?
Right. Yes.
All right, sweet. So, how about we'll go back and forth, and we will save our outside of AEW picks. We'll save those for last.
Okay, you let's go with you first.
Go me first. All right,
Yeah.
first pick in the Gold League. I am going to go with Konosuke Takeshita. I think they are going to have him attempt to win the G1 and the C2 in the same year.
I
Who is your
disagree.
first? Okay.
But my
Also,
first,
I threw Okada in the blue league for both of us just because he has to be in there.
that's fine.
Okay. I mean, I
I'm
know
gonna
they're trying
go.
to pull Takeshita away from New Japan, but like, it's probably going to happen. I'm not trying to pick what I want here. I'm picking what I think will happen.
I'm gonna go with in my goalie Mark Briscoe.
Mark Briscoe. Okay, he was a tough cut for me. He was a tough cut. In my blue league, I'm going to go with the Messiah of the Backbreaker, Roderick Strong.
I like
I think
that.
he'll be in it this year. I think he's got a lot of momentum with this conglomeration thing, and I think I'd like to see him. So who you got in the blue league with your second blue league pick after Okada?
It's gonna be Brody King. You know, him and Mark Briscoe have been in both in a flip flop leagues, so I'm gonna go with that.
Okay. I didn't put him in. Just he's the world tag champ. I feel like he's less likely to maybe be in it this year. So I left him off of mine. I think. Yeah, other than Okada, I didn't put anybody in who currently holds an AEW title. So for
Yeah, but what
my
about that kid in KC?
yeah, it's true. For my next pick, Gold League, I'm going with representing the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley. I'd love to see him in a tournament like this, see what he can do over the course of that. I'm going Bobby Lashley. Who is your second Gold League pick here?
Claudio Castagnoli. I know he was in there last year, but I think it still works.
He's just so beast for this. I'm honestly, I had him written down next. He was my next Blue League pick. Is Claudio Castagnoli. So who's your next Blue League pick?
Let's go with. I'm gonna keep him in. I'm gonna go with a. I don't know if he'll be ready by then, but I'm kind of hoping and praying he is. Kind of showing us as a wild card, Buddy Matthews.
Ooh, I didn't even think about Buddy. I have no idea where we are with his recovery. But him and Brody being in the same league would be really interesting.
He is yoked right now, so I'm assuming he's coming. He's pretty soon to come back.
Yep. For my third Gold League pick here, I am going with Ricochet, putting him in the same league as Lashley and Takeshita. I think both of those would be great matches, plus the matches I have lined up for him after. Absolutely going with Ricochet here. Who's your third Gold Leaguer with Briscoe and Castagnoli?
Briscoe and Castagnoli. Do they put Darby in the C2 again? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's popular enough that if you want to consider that unified title a world title, you're gonna put him in there. So I guess I'll go with it.
Go Darby Allin.
Yeah. Plus you get Claudio Fo absolutely chucking him out of the ring again, which is always worth it.
It'd be really interesting to see what Allen and Briscoe put together. That's a terrifying
Yes.
thought. For the Blue League, I'm going to put in Roosh. Unfortunately, I think he might be kind of a pin eater here. He may not get a lot of points, but I think he'd show out. I'm going with Roosh. Who do you got for the Blue League?
We're gonna go with. I like Roosh. I like that pick a lot. I'm gonna go with. I'm trying to think of just switch my list up here, but I feel my right. I'm gonna go with this. I think Ace Austin will get a big push in the C2 this year.
Austin. All right. He did cross my mind. He didn't make my final cut, but I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. Gold League fourth member for me is going to be Orange Cassidy. Um, if you think about stamina guys in AEW, guys who can go out and wrestle every week in a tournament like this, Orange Cassidy is immediately who comes to mind. So I'm gonna go with OC in there with Takeshita, Lashley, and Ricochet. Shane, who you got for your fourth gold league spot?
So, goalie's looking pretty good, but we do need, as you said, do need a stamina guy. And speaking of stamina guys, I think of like Mike Bailey could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it was in Jet Speed, but Jet Speed's like they can do this together. So I'm gonna go like a 2-for-1 here. In the gold league, I'm gonna have Mike Bailey. In the blue league, I'm gonna have Kevin Knight.
Oh, okay. Um, my I thought about throwing Kevin Knight in there, but my next pick actually was going to be Mike Bailey in my blue league with Okada, Strong, Claudio, and Roosh. So then my next gold league pick, I'm going with Pac. I want to see Pac in this tournament. I think that'd just rule. I think he'd be awesome in this. So who's your next gold league?
I'm gonna. Are we rounding up our goal league at this pick? Am I?
What?
This is the last
This,
goalie pick I have.
this is the fifth gold league pick. You'll have one more after this.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Roderick Strong here.
Okay.
I like that pick a lot from you, so I'm gonna change mine up and add him in there.
Okay. I like that. My final blue league pick, rounding out the field. So far, I have Okada, Roddy, Claudio, Roosh, Mike Bailey. I'm gonna throw in Jack Perry. I want to see him get that a little bit of a push there with this. I'm gonna go Jack Perry, rounding out the blue league. Shane, who you got? You have so far you have Okada, Brody, Buddy, Ace, and Kevin Knight. Who is the last member of the blue league for you?
I'm gonna go with my not EW pick here,
Okay.
with the caveat that I know it has to be somebody from CMLL because I don't think New Japan's risking anybody here.
Okay.
I just don't see it. And I'm trying to think of guys who could really deserve it with, but I do have to ask. Um, is the pirate guy still hurt?
I believe so. Yeah.
Fuck. He was gonna be my pick.
Okay.
This is gonna be wrong, and I'm okay if it being wrong. But give me Barbaro Cavanero.
That would be an insane pick. Um, because it would either go really, really well and he would get super over, or it would just be confusing and nobody would care. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
it's
do.
so 50-50 with that. Um, before we get to your last pick for the Gold League, your last AEW pick, I will do my outside of AEW pick, rounding out my Gold League with Takeshita, Lashley, Ricochet, Orange Cassidy, and Pac. I'm going to the UK and I'm throwing in Michael Oku. He had a great
Okay.
showing at Forbidden Door. He was a big part of that weekend. I think AEW likes him a lot. I think he will be in the C2. And then Shane, rounding out your Gold League, you have Mark Briscoe, you have Claudio, Darby, Bailey, Roderick. Who is the last pick for your Gold League? Somebody from AEW.
We need a big dude in this one. I think to really round it out, a big dude would be just perfect here.
Mm-hmm.
And going in the AEW roster page, the dream would be obviously Keith Lee, but that's not going to happen.
I don't know. Yeah, I know Brian Cage is hurt. Um,
So he's not like the biggest in terms of size, but he definitely wrestles that powerhouse style. And I think he's been in both of them, so I'm gonna go with the Beast Mordos.
okay. He was definitely in it last year. I can't remember if he was even in AEW, the first one, but yeah, I like that Beast Mordos. He was another one that was tough for me to cut. I think Josh Alexander I had in here at one point, and I had to cut him. Yeah, there's some great picks. I wish Swerve was around. Throwing Swerve in there. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see where the Continental Classic goes. It's the biggest tournament on the AEW calendar. For me, at least, I don't know. What do you look forward to more, the Owen or the C2?
I think the C2 is more fun than the Owen.
Yeah, the it feels like the Owen has more prestige, but the C2 has more charm. Like there's something a little bit more fun about the C2, whereas the Owen feels very like serious and you know what I mean. Like I look forward to both a lot, and I respect both a lot. But the Owen has kind of a the Owen feels like King of the Ring, and the C2 feels like the Royal Rumble. Like there's just something more fun about the C2.
Yeah.
Um, Next up here, tape up the light tubes, and take the door off its hinges. It's time for Shane's GCW corner.
I'm not fairly certain there was an event this weekend, so kind of light on the GCW uh, stuff here, but we can get into some of it. So, in terms of announcements, we got Mullet Man facing KJ Orso in Vermont.
Okay.
Vermont's local guy would be known as Mullet Man. Jack Evans is coming back to GCW, so expect some fucked up jump. Gringo Loco is getting his Lucha Libre match at Dream On.
Sweet.
He'll be facing Masquerita Dorado,
Wait, like
El
the
Torito.
I would say yeah the mini.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
he'll figure it out.
So awesome.
uh, and the Killer Cross will be at Dream On.
I saw Ridge Holland will be at the meet and
Rich,
greet in
he'll be at the
September.
meet and greet. I think he's a free agent though, so he might just show up on the show.
Yeah.
Um, this Home for the Holiday show is looking great. It's the Thanksgiving JCW show.
Mm-hmm.
It's got
Jersey, right? Jersey.
yes, Jersey, yes.
Okay.
I'm
Got
I'm not talking about the Juggalos until they fire Kevin Vince or so.
it. Okay.
Queen Abanados is Maki Ito.
Okay.
Lee
I'm not a
Moriarty
huge
was
fan of Maki Ito, but I could see how that would be exciting for people who are.
Lee Moriarty versus Ringo Loco.
Okay, now that fucks.
Uh, I want you to clarify that this next match is gonna fuck even harder.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Shire versus Mad Dog Connolly.
Oh, geez, those are two completely different kinds of fucks. You know what
I
I
think
mean?
that
Like,
I think that match also happened in St. Louis.
yeah, Shire and Mad Dog is gonna be awesome. The way like a John Wick movie is awesome. Like it's just a bloodbath, and then
Yes,
Gringo Loco and Lee Moriarty is gonna be like a great basketball game.
yes. I see what I see. I
Basketball game,
I get the vision here.
great strategy, like just like a fun basketball game versus just a bloodbath.
It feels like how back in like 2019 when Warhorse and Effie and Danhausen and Alley Catch
Mm-hmm.
how they were about to leave like the regional scene of like the Midwest and jump up to JCW full time.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it kind of feels like we're getting that with like Anakin Murphy, with
Yep.
Mad Dog, with Manders and Thomas Shire, with Warhorse again.
Yeah, even I feel like Gary J's been getting
Gary
out there
J's been
more.
getting more out more. Nixie XS is getting regularly booked on JCW shows.
She's hilarious
Um,
on Twitter also.
it's shocking that when we saw her, she was just a manager too.
Yeah, because let's see, she managed Limelight, right?
Yeah, no, Vega.
Oh, Vega, Vega, yeah. Yeah. Anything else from GCW?
Nothing yet. There's no show. And this week is the little Northeast tour. So Maine, Vermont, and Connecticut this week.
Mm-hmm. The New England special.
Yep.
on to HDH League. This week, coming in third place was, I believe, Joka. Let me get the scoreboard pulled up here. Coming in third place was Joka with 14.5 points. Coming in second place with 30 points was you, Shane. And coming in first with 33.9 points was me, back on top. Took a week off, but we're back. I have almost a 100-point lead on you in the total, and we are about a third of the way through the season.
Listen, you've won the season. I'm not afraid to admit that.
If I can outscore you by 100 in a third of the season, like, you can easily come back from that. I'm off to a hot start. You never know with injuries, with all that. This week, the highest scoring wrestler, it was a tie actually, 9 points from Mystico and Saya Kamatami. The Monet rule really helping Saya there, defending 2 belts on a Stardom show. So, Shane, I'll leave it open to you first. Are there any moves you would like to make? I will point out you have Watanabe on your roster, and she has been reported injured.
Yeah, I was.
Both in the IR, so you can either drop her, keep her on your bench, or drop one of them to move her to IR.
I am going to actually move Gunther back into my bench because I have a hunch he's coming back soon.
Yeah, he's probably going to be in that tournament.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move him back into my. Is that starting this week?
I think it starts on Raw on Monday.
So I'll move him back into my
Okay.
my regular lineup here.
Okay. And then Momo to the IR.
And then Momo into the IR.
Okay. And then any other moves?
Give me a second. I need to load up the spreadsheet here. Yeah, okay. I kind of assumed.
Great week.
Who did?
You did. I mean, it's really what put me over the top is I had a couple people lose titles. Like, I had Tiffany lose her title after like 300 days, and I had Starlight lose her title after like 300 days.
I was excited when I saw Starlight lose because I like Konami, but I'm like, oh, son of a bitch! That means Jayden just won the week.
It was the combination of that and Tiffany that really put me over the edge.
um, uh, Effie's got at least three. Effie's got at least one, if not two matches. So he can win. Uh, I think I'm gonna. I think I was a little too early on Alley Catch. I think I was a little early on her. I need to check. She wrestled, yeah, and it was with Buss. Oh my god! I need to tell Fable. Shit. Remind me to tell Fable that, by the way, please. So I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna. Would I get Alley Catch points if I picked up Bussy?
No, it's only if they team together you would get the points. You get if you get as long as okay. So just a reminder on how that works. If you have someone, you get the points for any match they're in as an individual, unless someone has the tag team they're in. So, like, if I had Bussy and you had Alley Catch, you wouldn't get any of those points. You would just get her singles points or teaming with somebody other than Effie. But I guess if you picked up them as a tag team, you would get all of their points because you have both of them separately right now. I don't know.
I guess I'll keep them as they are then.
Yeah.
But I am gonna drop her to my bench.
Okay. That would open
because
up Lion spot. But there's an easy way around this because you could probably put Dorada in the Young Lion spot.
that's what I was gonna do.
Okay. So you want Dorada in the Young Lion spot?
Yeah.
We can move. Say I'll just put just for now. Just put Taiji in the men's slot. Who do you want to move off your bench into the flex? Gunther, Willow, Billy, Drew Parker, Tekla.
I'm gonna throw Thekla in there because she's got that match coming up, and she's got Blood and Guts coming up. And I think she's gonna win Blood and Guts.
Okay. So we've got Tekla in there. All right. Any other moves?
Let me check Taiji.
Okay. He got a bunch of points from being in the Super Junior Tag League. I don't know
Oh
necessarily
wait,
matches he has on the horizon.
never mind. Can't drop him just yet.
Oh, because doesn't he have another?
Superhuman Taiji Ichimori gets ridiculous one more time.
Yeah.
Can't drop him quite yet.
Uh,
I will. Let me check Drew Parker one more time on Cage Match before I say I'm good. I'm gonna keep Drew Parker because he wins every other week.
okay.
So I'm gonna keep him there. But I think I'm good.
All right.
I will say that you may want to reconsider Starlight Kid on your roster.
Yeah. Well, for now, she is injured. She was announced as injured.
Oh shit, never mind then.
So I'm just gonna move her to the IR. And then I'm going to. I'll just for now. I wanted to put Azumi in my lineup anyway. I'll just move her into that spot. I'm gonna drop. Let me make sure nobody has who I want to pick up real quick. Okay, I'm gonna drop Tiffany Stratton and I'm gonna pick up Ilya Dragunov. Um, trying to decide. I want to drop Hater and Aminata, and I'm going to pick up Hater just by herself. I think that's a better long term play. And then as far as tag team goes, I'm going to pick up going into the tournament. I'm going to pick up Bishamon because I feel like they'll go pretty far. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up Bishamon as in that tag team spot. So I picked up Bishamon. I picked up Dragunov, and I put in Jamie Hayter by herself. Let's see, you're only. You didn't do any drops and pickups, did you? You just moved some stuff around.
I just moved, yeah. I think I'm good for now.
Okay. Okay. So I think that's where we're at here for. Let's see. No, Tag League doesn't start this week though. I want to get. Dragunov's probably a brawler, right? Not a technician.
I'll make Colin be. I can see him in both.
So I could put him in technician.
If you want to, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna move Paragon into the tag team spot, and I'm gonna put Dragunov in the technician spot, and then I'm gonna put Bishamon on my bench because the tag league doesn't start until next week, and I definitely need Dragunov in my lineup if he's gonna be doing those open challenges every week. I think that's it. All right. Moving on to favorite things of the week. This, of course, is where I hand out the gold, silver, and bronze hot dog. Shane hands out the gold, silver, and bronze handshake. Shane. As always, we'll start with the bronze handshake. Also, anything that happened today will be included. It's just everything since we recorded last. So Dynamite tonight counts. Just throwing that out there. I don't know how much of it you've gotten to watch, but
None
what's
of
your
it.
bronze handshake?
Although I'm gonna give it to a spot that I saw from Dynamite tonight of Brody King throwing his
That
hand
was
through
awesome.
through a wall and just grabbing Stokely. That would have made it either way, probably.
That was pretty awesome. Um, I really loved. It's not part of the clip that they put out online, But before that, there's a part where it cuts back there and Renee is talking to Stokely while he's has Brodito locked in their dressing room. And it's like, hey, you ever seen The Wire? I'm watching it on HBO Max right now on my phone. It's so funny. Just like he's just not even acknowledging that he has Brodito locked up. He's asking Renee if she's seen The Wire.
What a goat.
Yeah, my bronze hot dog goes to last week Dynamite Hangman Tony Schiavone. That bit was hilarious. That was incredible work. So I'm giving it to Hangman Tony.
Sounded more like Tony Schiavone than Tony Schiavone tells it Tony Schiavone.
Yeah. What's the silver handshake?
Um, I thought about giving it to the absurdity of a Junichiro Tenryu Shota Umino T-shirt because that is stupid.
Yeah.
But on his last retirement anniversary show, there was a pretty solid ZSJ match.
Mm-hmm.
ZSJ versus Kita in the House,
Okay.
or Kita Yano,
Okay.
kind of name goes as both.
All right. So that's your silver.
Yeah.
All right. My silver hot dog goes to Dynamite tonight. Mercedes Monet and Athena versus Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. Really liked that match. Had a really fun time watching it. What's the gold handshake, Shane?
Well, I really liked last week's Dynamite, but I think my favorite match of the week was that Momo Watanabe versus Saya Kamatani match. Even though it had no build, and I kind of gave up hope that Momo would win halfway through the match, it was still probably the best match of the week.
Okay. My best match of the week comes from Fright Night Collision. It was Bandito versus Mascara Dorada. Match fucking ruled. It was a great watch. So I'm gonna give it to those two guys. That Ring of Honor title match from Collision. All right, on to lightning round, where Shane will give me his excitement level on matches we'll see this week on a scale of 1 to 10. Um, on Collision this week, because we'll record before the next Dynamite. Jamie Hayter versus Sky Blue.
An 8, maybe a 9.
Okay, and then if necessary to determine the advantage in War Games, Tekla versus Harley Cameron.
A 6. I still don't really like Harley.
That's fine. Finally, Roderick Strong, John Moxley for the War Games advantage.
10.
That's a 10. That's the title under 10 of the week easily. Match recommendation of the week, a match that I know for a fact the new mayor of New York City has seen. Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson from Grand Slam 2021.
Shout out Zoran Mondani.
If you want to listen to more of us, classic reviews, our most recent one was Super Showdown. I was having an internet problem this week, so I couldn't upload Halloween Havoc 95. I will be doing 2 classic uploads, Halloween Havoc 95, and we did an episode of Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling and an episode of Georgia Championship Wrestling, both from the 80s, both at the Omni Coliseum in Atlanta. So you can check all of those out. We also have more classic reviews: WWE, WCW, ECW, CZW, ROH, New Japan, all over the place, TNA, all kinds of companies. So if you want to check those out, we got them. Next week, we might predict Blood and Guts. I don't know. We'll decide what we got next week. Maybe we'll do a gimmick. I don't know. So thank you for listening. And remember to enjoy wrestling.